to send those text messages directly? I just realized something super profound. What you're saying basically is you choose love. Yes. It's like a crash course on manifesting. No, it's just so mind-blowing.
I was very skeptical about everything, what I'm right now doing.
So if Ashton Kutcher didn't show up to give you a big hug within yourself, don't be disappointed. It's fine. It's gonna be Brad Pitt. Superwoman.
It's always like that we have to do those like
Yeah. In Germany you're very sincere. If you don't feel excited, you don't portray it to be. You're like, hallo,
you don't know what like a long warm-up we're doing for those videos, you know, like
How are you, Clarissa?
I'm amazing. How are you, Paulina, sex bomb?
I'm great too. All right.
A short recap now from last time. What did we do last time? What was
some
how
Botox.
did we leave?
Yeah.
We did an exercise with you.
The Y. MCA.
No, yeah,
However you do this
yes, no, it's a Y. It's
just a Y. No MCA.
It's actually invented, created by Erich Körbler. He took all this information they found in studies about those symbols and integrated it into medicine and actually homeopathy. My mom is a homeopath, so that's how I got to know all of this stuff. I was very skeptical about everything, what I'm right now doing. But
so you came a long
tested
way.
it. Yes, I tested it all by myself
and on yourself.
To see if this is really working.
So basically, you transformed yourself first, and now you're ready to like help others transform.
I'm completely transformed now into Superwoman, of course. That's what we
imagine the cape.
Okay, so we did that exercise
with a Y.
With a Y. With affirmations, putting a Y underneath.
Yeah.
It lifted up to a very high energy level, and it starts working in you. So let's see how it was working within Paulina.
Well, yeah, so I went on the funny thing is I went on a date right after we wrote this down. Like literally, I jumped out of here and went there with that red pinkish lipstick. And that's the first time, like I never wore, that's a really funny thing by the way, I never wore pink lipstick in my entire life. I was worried about what people might think about that. I would have never shown up on a date like this by putting an image on you from the outside, like with clothes or like makeup or anything, yeah? You start believing in certain things and transforming yourself and I started feeling more sexy just because of that lipstick. And I went, that's an empowering move. So anyway, I'm not telling everyone to use red lipstick. Whatever that red lipstick is for you, that you use. We finished that exercise with like me saying like, oh, no matter what, I feel so calm and happy and blah, blah, blah. I show up to the date, I see him. The moment I see him, I'm like, oh. Like, whatever that meant. Anyway, so I see him and I'm like, Paulina, you're staying open, you're staying open, you're staying open. But so he was immediately like, I don't know, 20, 30, whatever pounds fuller than in his pictures. And no. And it's so
that's
funny.
always the best about online dating. I think.
No, and that's totally cool. I actually don't mind like bigger guys. Like there's some advantages to that too. You know
really?
What I mean. I did mind that he was trying to hide that in his pictures. I, to be honest, thought even he might be a little bit too slender. And that was very interesting. So I brought my book actually where I wrote down those 18 points. And all those dates are making me think about what to add. Like what you were saying. What you were saying, that you should be specific. Yeah. And every time you write something down and you decide on what you want, you go out there, meet someone, and you realize, oh wait, I forgot to write this and this. He was nice, but we didn't click at all. And it was very interesting. Not only physically, just in general. Right now, I'm opening myself up to
Israel,
like, to all the cuisines in the world, as I like to call it, to make what I want more specific, to understand what I really want. Okay. Anyway, so that was the first time I went out with a Israeli guy, and we talked about cultural differences. It was actually really interesting. I was dating compared to that in New York, and he's like, oh, it's terrible, you know, no one wants to, it was really interesting. He's like, no one wants to commit, and like everyone is so flaky, and everyone keeps ghosting me. And I'm like, or like ghosting in general.
Ghosting, what's ghosting?
You don't know ghosting?
No.
Oh my god, that's a whole different topic, and we shouldn't branch onto this, but it's like
ghosting is like when you don't respond anymore.
Yeah, I've been ghosted plenty of times, and so red lipstick or not, or well, maybe now I won't be because I'm wearing this red pink lipstick.
Been ghosted.
All right, so it's because I always thought that about New York guys. It's really good to hear the other side of the story. The female New Yorkers and girls and girlfriends of mine walk around and are like kind of blaming New York for the fact that they can't find anyone. And then you go on a date with like this, especially because he was also international. I think he could reflect on this a little bit differently than people within that grew up here say exactly the same thing about New York girls. And I'm like, ooh.
I think it's not only New York. I mean, it's like the big cities, right? Where you just have a lot of choices and you can be very anonymous.
Because everyone who comes here is very driven and career focused, a little bit afraid of being distracted from maybe what they came here for or something.
Living in the country somewhere, like in a small town, in a village or something, you don't know there about that you can date a lot of people. It's just very common you meet maybe 3 guys in your life, and one of those, you meet them in one weekend, and there you meet them in your whole life, and the third one you're gonna marry, or one of those. Choose. You can choose to commit to one relationship and stay with this one guy forever. You can, and you can work together on this relationship and you can make it work. Or you can also say, okay, no, this is not how I imagine it. This doesn't feel right to me. I'm gonna keep changing. I'm not gonna stick to this one guy who doesn't get me, or where we're not both thriving with this relationship. I'm gonna then, like, I see him as like a chapter of my life where I learn certain lessons, and now I'm gonna continue growing with someone else.
Yeah.
Whatever feels better for you, whatever feels right to you, it's more about how you feel about things. That you trust your own feeling and that you don't listen to other people. Other people can only give you advice and can give you a direction, and you know, oh, do I like this? Do I like this direction, or do I not like this direction? So you can say, okay, thank you for this advice. Now I know I'm gonna move this way. At the end, you just have to figure it out for yourself.
I just realized something super profound. What you're saying basically is you choose love.
Yes.
You don't just fall in love accidentally.
No.
Because I'm like kind of walking a little bit through life,
Exactly.
expecting this just magical moment to happen and be like, oh my god, I'm in love, I feel it, and then that's it.
Choosing love, you already do it with those manifestation exercises. I'm gonna step into this moment, into this feeling, into this life decision that I'm gonna find my love now. Deciding, setting an intention. When you say, okay, I would love to have a guy in my life right now and I want to make it work, you're gonna find a guy, and you will make it work with him. You can just take, I mean, I wanted to say like someone from the street, but
the first homeless person you see, you're like, wanna be my guy, we're gonna make it work.
And you probably can make it work. Okay, why do you have 3 dates? This already shows me that you haven't chosen it yet.
What are you suggesting instead? Just scheduling one date, put all your thought, hope, and like, I don't know, effort into that.
How you phrase it in a way that you put all your effort and all your trust in this one thing.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do it. You make it yourself a little bit too hard, too difficult, and you put yourself under too much pressure. Actually, the best thing is you know who this person is, and then you just feel good. You're just living with this vision already that you know he is there. Oh, when is he showing up? When is he showing up? Because
clock is ticking.
then you're gonna continue in this state of mind. When is he showing up? Then you're manifesting this. Then he's never gonna show up.
So yeah, right.
Yeah.
Then you're manifesting that you're waiting for something.
Exactly.
As opposed to he's already there and then he will show up eventually in your real life. You just have to generate that feeling again.
Exactly.
Should we pause?
No.
Maybe because it's, no?
It's always good to move forward. It's always good to take action. You figure out more and more things. Don't be demotivated when you don't have yet a clear picture of a guy in your head. It's not necessary right now. It's just keep on moving, and by dating guys, you will see what you find very attractive and what you find not attractive.
So if Ashton Kutcher didn't show up to give you a big hug, and then yourself, don't be disappointed. It's fine. It's gonna be Brad Pitt.
Leonardo DiCaprio for me. But getting into this feeling you want to achieve, I introduced already several methods. You can do it with writing down affirmations, how you want to feel about this guy and what this guy is giving you, and then putting the why underneath. Or you can do meditation and just thinking about him. You can also create a vision board, or there's another exercise which probably a lot of people already know about, have heard about, but they don't know that it's working also as a kind of like a manifestation tool. Is gratitude. Being already grateful for your dream guy.
No, it's just so mind-blowing, but it's like it's taking a lot from you. Yeah, I mean, me, anyone. It's already there. Whatever you want,
Exactly.
the wanting is the thing that prevents us from having, I think. Right?
Exactly.
Because we're tuning into a feeling of need and not having what we want.
Yes.
No matter if it's a guy or the dream job or whatever. And then being grateful for that. So that's why I said it's already the next step.
It's not that you have to do all those different steps or all those different tools what I told you about. Those are all different approaches.
Yeah.
You can use all of them. Usually it's very great to do those tools because it always makes you feel really good, right? You get that feeling what you want to feel. At the same time, you don't have to do all of them all the time, right? You can pick and choose whatever resonates with you, what you love the most.
It's understanding that some of the exercises you can do yourself, but for some you really need someone like you or anyone really who helps you reflect.
What I'm getting from you is that it takes a lot of effort for you to do all those things. It's not about effort. One very important thing for everyone to know is that you have it all already inside of you. This is all already inside of you. Like the best feelings are in you. You're just blocking it with several distractions. Our modern world, what we're living in, we're so distracted. It holds us back from being present
and in tune with ourselves, right?
Exactly. Right now I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about being present.
I don't. Anyway, sorry.
Like being present, that's the best state. For example, when you're in love with someone, what are you doing?
Don't give me those romantic eyes. It's like, whoa.
No,
is that why you don't have a boyfriend?
No. Yeah. But like when you're with someone you love, you're looking into each other's eyes, right?
Yes.
And when you look into each other's eyes,
you see the pupils of those eyes.
No, you're very present with this other person. There is nothing else. Everything is like blended out. You forget about everything what has happened before that moment. You forget about everything what will happen after this moment. You're just in the presence with this person. And I'm in goosebumps and I'm in love right now.
With yourself?
This is a feeling. It's just a feeling. It's amazing that other people can create this feeling in you. At the same time, you have to know that you can create this feeling inside of you all the time by yourself. Like I'm doing it here, even though Paulina doesn't really believe me. You mentioned something last time. That you're just looking for a person to have a real connection with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still am.
That's good. You can have this real connection, not only with a guy.
Yeah, but also with a dog, cat, and a stone. No.
That's actually easier.
A stone?
Yeah. No, with a cat.
You look into the eyes of a stone and then you feel in the moment.
No, with a cat and a dog, yes, they are very present. And you can connect with them much realer than with a lot of other people, because a lot of other people are not really listening to you. They're somewhere in their head while you're talking with them. And that's why what I found with acting, that was what attracted me so much to acting, because you tune into this one moment with another person. And you take each other very seriously in that moment. And you're just there for each other. You're not in your head. You're just living in the presence. And by that, you're connecting to this other person and having like a very intimate relationship, basically. That's, I think, what people define as love.
That you're connection with
someone. The real connection, the very deep connection, that you're present with another person who's also present with you. That's the most magical moment you can have. And in acting, when you have a great acting scene partner,
magic happens.
And when I realized that for myself, that I was looking for that with acting and stuff, I started doing it in my real life too.
How about if we give the audience a taste of your medicine and just look them in the eyes? Come, join me. We look you in the eyes. It's probably so weird.
So I do it like this.
I do it like that.
No, wait, there's the camera.
Oh,
right?
oops.